Marching in today's parade are 482 of the graduated Marines from Company E. Recruit training is comprised of subjects required to produce basic Marines who function effectively in garrison, are trained in rudimentary individual field and combat skills, and practice the personal and professional traits which distinguish them as Marines. Examples of these traits are discipline, the achievement of a state of discipline which assures respect for authority, instant and willing obedience to orders, and the self-reliance to maintain or improve those traits which exemplify a Marine. Military bearing, consistently demonstrating military presence and personal awareness, as well as the proper wearing and maintenance of uniforms. Esprit de corps, acquiring a common spirit of the Marine Corps that inspires enthusiasm. Devotion, pride, initiative, teamwork, aggressiveness, determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others towards excellence in common goals. For 243 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls. In the harsh conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies, Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Though battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that the true victory comes from the individual Marine with still resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis to the core, country, and each other that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat, forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They are resolved to be the most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company E, today marks the end of the 12-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton and on this very parade day, and have been trained as all Marines as basic riflemen. In addition, due to the intense physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them in their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the parade will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hands over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear to remove it. Will the guests please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Following the command parade rest, the parade adjutant will give the command sound off, which signals the band to parade forward of the Civil Marines while playing military marching music. Grade Adjutant now presents assembled command to the Commander of Troops. At the command, officers center march, all unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue order and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Men who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, we ask those men and women in the audience who have served as Marines, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in showing our appreciation for their dedicated service to Fort and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Dale H. Webster.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. Hey, let me ask you a question. How are you enjoying your time in California? And how about these Marines behind me? Don't they look magnificent? Well, I think they do too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, and all of our distinguished guests, one and all, on behalf of Brigadier General Heritage, the Commanding General of MCRD San Diego and the Western Recruiting Region, as well as Colonel Kazmaier, the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to sunny San Diego and the graduation ceremony of Echo Company. It's also my distinct pleasure this morning to welcome our parade reviewing officer, Colonel Gideons, Chief of Staff, 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, whose impressive bio you hear shortly. But let me just say, sir, it's a pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to do is spend a few moments and tell you why I'm so proud of the young men you are here to see graduate today. And I'd like to start by directing your attention to the Marines standing behind me with those distinctive green campaign covers. Well, they certainly don't need my introduction, for they are the legendary and relentless Marine Corps drill instructors. And from the time a recruit arrives at the depot, there's a drill instructor with them 24 hours, 7 days a week. For they are the heart of everything it takes to transform the civilians who left home those many weeks ago into the Marines you see standing here today. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, over our lifetimes we meet thousands of people, many of whom we soon forget. But trust me, no Marine ever forgets the name, the face, and that loving voice of a drill instructor. I encourage you after today's ceremony to come to the front of the bleachers and meet some of these exceptional Marines. Also joining us are the families of the drill instructors and officers of Echo Company. No one knows better than they the incredible time and dedication it takes in making Marines. We could not do it without their love and support. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a big round of applause for their many, many sacrifices. Thank you. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, making Marines is truly a team effort. And it all starts with our Marine Corps recruiters stationed throughout this great country of ours. I'd like to especially recognize Staff Sergeant Ravis from RSS Guam, who gave our company honor man, Lance Corporal Pingalinen, the opportunity to earn the title Marine. His outstanding performance during recruit training is a testament to the hard work commitment of Staff Sergeant Ravis in recruiting America's finest. Thank you, Staff Sergeant. And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, the young men standing here are truly some of the best this country has to offer. You see, when they arrive at the depot, they're young and fit. 19 years old on average and already in better shape than most their age. 99% were high school graduates, and 4 already had their college degree. And furthermore, they displayed the courage and the commitment that few of their friends could muster when they raised the right hand and swore a solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And despite their fears and trepidations about the challenges that lay ahead, traveled here from every state and territory across the Western Recruiting Region and 7 countries around the globe. And when they arrived at the depot, well, that's when steel began to sharpen steel. As over the course of 12 grueling weeks, their drill instructors forged them through the fires of the crucible into a tight, cohesive team of smartly disciplined, physically fit Marines, honing their minds and their bodies till they proved themselves capable of marching long distances over mountainous terrain, carrying heavy loads on their back, with minimal food or sleep to always be where they're needed and when they're needed to accomplish the mission. And thanks to our highly skilled marksmanship instructors at Weapons Field Training Battalion, when these Marines arrive at the objective, they're now able to deliver precision rifle fire on pinpoint targets at a staggering distance of 500 yards, something no other conventional military force on the face of the earth can do. So now after completing the longest, the toughest, and certainly the most demanding recruit training in the world, they stand ready to carry on the tradition of the Marine Corps as the nation's expeditionary force in readiness, prepared to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, when you get your Marine home, you'll notice them installed a few additional upgrades I think you'll appreciate. You notice they stand a little taller. They'll look a little leaner. They'll wear their trousers a little higher and they'll tuck in their shirts. And they'll look you in the eye when they talk to you and they say these weird words, like, yes, ma'am, no, sir. And dads, you're not going to have to tell them to get a haircut or a job again. And moms, trust me, moms, they know how to make the bed. But the truly important change, and the one on which I'm so proud, is the one that's occurred within. For every moment of every day, they've been thoroughly immersed in our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. And by the virtue of them standing here today, they are swearing to me, to you, and to our entire nation that they've embraced those values as their very own. And it's because of all this, ladies and gentlemen, because of the incredible journey they made, and the physical, mental, and moral development they have displayed, which was built upon by the foundation you all laid, that I now ask you to stand and recognize 481 young men who through their blood, sweat, and tears Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if you excuse me, I'd like to address our nation's newest Marines one last time. Good morning, Marines. Hoorah, Echo Company. Hoorah! And this is Jack. It seems like a lifetime ago you were first offered the challenge of becoming a Marine. And when you put your feet on those yellow footprints, I know the last thing you were thinking about was graduation. You were probably thinking, what in the heck did I get myself into? And how do I get these guys to stop yelling at me? Well, you still had much to learn, many miles to run, and challenge to overcome. But you did it. You stand here today as America's newest Marines, and we're all so proud of you. And you should be proud of yourself, because few can even attempt what you've accomplished. And when you get home, people will notice the difference. And your friends are going to look up to you, and they're going to ask you how you did it, and they will. And when they ask you, just make sure you introduce them to your recruiter, because your drill instructors would love to meet your friends. But as you enjoy your time at home, be smart, be safe, and make good decisions.